Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Eau I'm Steven, and in this video, we're going to unpack another classic men's fragrance. Now, I have done, I have on my channel another Aramis video, but this one, in this box here, this is what I believe to be a vintage bottle of Aramis. It's at least from the 90s, at least from the maybe early 90s, maybe from the 80s. I don't know. Guys, if you know, let me know in the comments what you think about this one. I'm going to unpack this one, and there's a couple things I'm not sure about with this one. When the seller was selling it, when I was looking at the description on this one, the seller said something to the effect of it might be volatilized. And when they opened up the box and smelled it, they could smell the cologne on the inside of the box. Now, this is going by the Japanese to English translation, so maybe there's some things that are lost in translation. So I don't know if this thing is in good shape. I don't know if it's leaking. I don't know if it's messed up. The pictures, it looked all right in the pictures. So I got it, of course, because the price was reasonable. I'll tell you how much I paid for it. I'll open this up, give it a smell test, take a look at the box and the bottle, show you all the clues, and maybe you can tell me when this was made. All right, let's open this thing up. All right. Okay, let's open it up. Let's see what's inside. Look at this packing job. All right, so the tape, it wasn't taped well, wasn't taped down well, and you can see it just kind of, it's floating around, but it's in bubble wrap, should be fine, you hope. Okay. Okay. And the seller put it in another plastic sleeve. These plastic sleeves you can buy at the dollar shop. And a lot of people buy them and use them that sell on things online. And when they wrap them really nicely, it looks like it's from the store. Or like it's from the manufacturer, the way it's done so well. Okay. All right. Aramis Cologne spray. So this box design, this artwork is from the older version. The newer one has some kind of a fiery, looks like kind of like fiery look to it. Abstract art, right? But this is kind of cool. This is kind of an oil slick type look to me. Here's the back of the box. Let's focus here. This exclusive formula contains Aramis. So I've seen older boxes. I've looked on eBay as far as a little bit of research on this before I bought it. This little diamond information thing's a little bit smaller, and I'm thinking maybe that's the older versions from the 80s. But this is a very old fragrance. This is 1966, Bernard Chant, and the designer is just called Aramis because there's a whole lot of other Aramis fragrances out there. Maybe not a whole lot, but there's some famous ones like Devon that are not around anymore, or New West. But this is pretty cool. Its box is in fairly good shape. There's a little bit of wear right here. I don't know why this is not focusing. Maybe it's the lighting. There you go. And here is a price tag on it. $26.50. Maybe this was sold at that's like a drugstore price, huh? It's a pretty low price for this. Today, Aramis here, the retail price is like $50 or $60. If you convert that to yen, like 8,000 yen, 9,000 yen, I've seen it for in department stores. Yeah, this is sold in department stores. It's actually hard to find in Japan, but if you go to some department stores, you'll find it in like a men's store, like a upper end men's shop. All right, I guess that's it. Let's open it up and take a look at the bottle inside. All right. See if we can find a batch code and look it up. And the seller put some kind of a cloth pouch on it. I assume it wasn't like that. There's another little detail about this sale. I had bought this and the seller canceled the sale and said that they made a mistake in the listing, and then they lowered the price by $1 or $2, and I had to rebuy it. So I was wondering what happened, but in the end I got it, so no worries. All right. So let's see why the seller did this. Sometimes they do this just to take up space so it doesn't rattle around in the box. Okay. So this is the shape of the bottle. They don't make it like this anymore. You know, they usually have the glass bottle, as you can see in the other Aramis video on my channel that I did. So Aramis, let's focus again. There it is, Aramis. And you can see spray cologne, but it's not, it's very, I think other ones where it's done in this gold color. So this is the only one I've seen like this where it's done in the same brown color. And it doesn't have the size. This is a jumbo size. This is 4 ounces. So this is like a jumbo bottle. It feels a little bit sticky. Very slightly sticky, and I don't know if it's like the whole bottle feels that way, so that might be like normal. I don't know. It's interesting. Let's look at the bottom. Wow, look at that. There's nothing on the bottom. There's absolutely nothing there. I don't think I've ever seen that before. The bottom of a cologne bottle that has nothing there. Is there any... Oh, here, there's something on the back. There it is, 4 ounces. And it says, Aramis Inc., New York, made in USA. That's it. Now I'm looking, I don't see a batch code at all on this. Oh, that's weird. I'm hoping you guys know, somebody out there knows about Aramis and can tell me. Look at this top. Isn't that interesting? This one does seem pretty old, huh? It's this basic top to it. Anything in here? Nothing in here. And no apparent batch code on the box. How can there be no batch codes? Oh, that's weird. So we just have to go with clues. I looked them up. Like I said, I looked this up on eBay. And these ones that are in new condition are selling for about somewhere around $100. Now let's see how much is inside of this. I can't see inside this thing. It's a dark brown. So let's see if I can shine the flashlight and see how full it is. Let's see. I can see the line. The line is about here. So it's like, I would say it's at least 95% full. Yeah, the line is like here, shaking around in there. I don't know if you can see it. Okay. You can see me behind the camera. What's up? All right. So it's almost full. I would say it's, I wouldn't say it's unused or close to unused, but it's almost full. Let's do a smell test of a vintage Aramis and see how it is. You guys know how this smells. I'm sure most of you know. This is just an uber masculine fragrance. This is leather and spice and everything nice. This just has, it's just one that I didn't like at first, and then I grew to appreciate it because there's nothing else really that's out there that's like this. You can argue that if you know Jovan Musk Sex Appeal is a fragrance that is even spicier than this one. But just this is it dated? Yes, but this is a classic. This is just like, it's just like a classic that doesn't go out of style. Maybe for young people, nobody would wear this, but this is just something that maybe your grandfather wore, and I just appreciate it now. Even if I don't want to wear this out in public, this is just something that I would wear at home and appreciate it. And maybe there'll come a time where I'll spray myself down with this and just go out with it and say, fuck it, I don't care what anybody says. I really like it, but it took a while to appreciate it, I'll be honest. All right. Oh, it needs to be primed. Something's wrong with this. There we go. That was a, did you see that? I squeezed this thing, I pressed this thing like 10 times. Wow, I can smell it right now. It's hitting me right now like it's, usually I don't smell something right away as I'm spraying it. My face is like 2 feet behind my hand here, but wow, look at that. Let's let this thing dry down. What else is there to say about Aramis? This is really cool. I think this bottle's really cool. I think I'm going to carefully wipe it down, but it just has kind of a sticky feel to it, and there's no reason for that because it's a spray bottle. It's not a splash bottle. It's not like it got, somebody got the juice all over it. It's just the way it is over time. This just pushes into place. There's no real collar here. It's not stuck inside here. I just think this is really cool, really vintage find. What did I pay for this? So it wasn't exactly cheap for used online goods standards, but this was 3,500 yen, which translates to about 24 bucks. $25 I paid for this, a 4-ounce, almost full bottle of a vintage Aramis. All right, so let's take a whiff of this. Let's put this here and take a whiff of this one. You know, it doesn't smell, it doesn't exactly smell like the more recent batches that I've smelled of Aramis. Of course it smells like Aramis. I don't have a recent batch to spray now. I should have brought out a decant to compare, but... Alright, so it's been a few minutes I've been smelling this, and I wouldn't prefer this over the newer ones, or what's available now. What's available now, I think, smells great. It's fairly strong, and I don't see this one as being... I see it different, but I just going off of my memory, it's nothing stronger or very different than the more recent batches or stuff from the 90s or 2000s. And I've smelled stuff that is, let's just say from the last 10 years or 5 years, because I found them really cheap. Like, let's just say a 4-ounce bottle of the newer stuff. I bought it for like $15 and tried it out and then resold it. That stuff is fine. So unless I'm wrong, unless I get a change of heart, this smells a little bit softer than, or just slightly, I don't want to say weaker, but just not as strong as I can remember it from the other times that I've sampled it in the past few years. But I do like it. It's such a big bottle. Maybe I'll spray a little bit and wear it around. And I'm happy I got it. So what do you think of this one, guys? Give me a thumbs up. Like this video if you like it. And leave a comment if you have any information about when do you think this came out. You think this is from the 80s? I think maybe this is, I'm just taking a stab at it, maybe early 90s, maybe 91 through 94. You saw this type of bottle. You saw the markings on it. What do you think? When did this come out, if you know about that? All right, leave me a comment, say hello down below. Please subscribe to my channel if you like my vintage finds, unpacking these vintage fragrances that I'm finding here in Japan where I live. Doing some online shopping. I'm going to vintage secondhand stores and finding this amazing stuff for cheap. And I'm showing you what I'm finding and adding to my collection. So that's it for this one, guys. And until the next time, hope you're having a great day. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Just to add an extra note here, I thought about something before I go. Real quickly, the seller reduced the price on this. I told you they canceled the sale and then relisted it exclusively for me at a cheaper price. So it was actually 3,200 yen. So it was actually about 20 bucks. 20 or $21 I paid for it. And now after looking at it, I don't see what the problem was. It seems fine to me. I can't notice any reason why the seller was disappointed or just wanted to reduce the price. So overall, it was a really good deal, and I'm happy I got it.